Hi, everyone. Welcome back to All Kinds of Advice podcast. For today's episode, we are going to be talking about love and hip hop, Atlanta, as it relates to the latest episode. I am going to, however, focus on talking about Scrappy and Bambi for this particular episode. But before I go into this heated conversation, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Let's keep it growing and flowing. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. In a million years, would not think I would have seen, Scrappy apologizing to Bambi. We've seen in the past, few episodes, they were sort of, fighting with each other and, they were not getting along with each other. So many things escalated and got out of control to the fact that, the relationship was not working anymore. They were not seeing eye to eye with each other. And that resulted in, of course, them, getting a divorce from each other, unfortunately. I do know that they're probably still, last time Bambi had mentioned that they were, in the negotiation stage as it relates to, finalizing their divorce. So I think they're still, in that phase. But, in this particular episode, we've seen that, both of them were super emotional. We see that, Scrappy starts off by telling, Bambi that he is extremely sorry. So we see that he is apologetic as it relates to how he's treated her over the years. I'm assuming he mentions to her that, he loves her, tells her that she is a great mom despite what other people may say. I don't know who he's talking about. I don't know if he's talking about like his ex or if he's talking about, Mama D. I don't know, but Scrappy, we're gonna need to know who is, out here in these streets thinking that, Bambi's not a good mom. But all in all, he mentions to her that he appreciates her, and then he said, I'm sorry that, I hurt your heart. And he keeps emphasizing, his love for her, telling her that, he truly cares about her. And, he did also mention that, a lot of the things that he did that was out of pocket was, as a result of, his ego, and that he should have handled things, a lot differently. And I was like, oh my goodness, like he's pouring out his heart to her. I was like, damn, Diamond no longer stands a chance, like in this man's world. Like, what happened between him and Diamond? Like, in a couple episodes, we see that he was hot up on Diamond, but maybe Bambi is where his heart is truly at. Maybe, he also did allude to the fact that, Bambi is the one for him. And that sort of thing. All in all, the episode, that particular scene, in fact, was like super emotional. As I said, I got a little teary eye. I was like, oh my goodness, like they're kind of, on good terms again. And then, Bambi also, she didn't brush him off or try to be like rude towards him or standoffish. She also told him that, she cared for him. She also mentioned that she also loved him. And at one point in the scene, he said, let me hold your hand. And she said, let me give you a hug. I feel like the chemistry is there. If the divorce is not finalized, I feel like, they should go to counseling to sort of work it out, to be able to perhaps, take it slow and perhaps date each other again. They do have the kids together. Or maybe, this could be something that is closure for the two of them, and they can sort of go ahead and go along with like, dating other people. But it's super beautiful to see that, they were not fighting on this episode, and they were trying to sort of get along with each other. But the chemistry was hot and ever nice. I was like, "Ooh, this is nice." Like, I'm happy that, I feel like Scrappy is in his grown man era, in terms of, coming through and apologizing and taking accountability for his actions that were not always in a positive manner. So it's good that, he was able to come out and do that. A lot of people, like, sometimes when they're wrong, they don't want to come to the forefront and, admit that they're wrong. So the fact that he was able to do that, I feel that was a really, really beautiful moment. And as I said, I feel like, it was genuine. I feel like if they are going to have any, type of notion in their head that they want to, give their relationship another a chance or another opportunity. I feel like counseling has to take, the front seat. I feel like a lot of counseling has to be done on both sides to not only, you get the relationship back going, but also to heal, intentionally, of course, and also to heal in terms of getting over, like, any turmoil or toxicity that they had experienced in the relationship between each other. And it takes time. Like, this is not something that's going to happen overnight. It's going to take time, long term, to really see a change. But I think all in all, both of them really, really do care for each other. And I feel like, if they do happen to give their relationship another opportunity or another chance, I feel like they should take out a lot of, opinions in their relationship. So for instance, like, Mama D, I feel like Scrappy, sometimes when I was like noticing how Mama D was like behaving, I sense the fact that, like, she is very intrusive when it comes to her son's relationship. And I feel like whether she likes it or not, he's gonna have to put his foot down as a man and be like, you know what, my wife comes first, and you're going to have to deal with that. And perhaps don't go telling her, like, the times when you do have issues with your wife, you sort of keep it between you and Bambi, rather than telling, like, perhaps like your baby mother or your mom. Keep it between you and your wife. And then if you're going to your counseling sessions, then obviously, these are things that you're going to talk about with your counselor. But you know what? And I feel like, Mama D, like, it's about time, baby girl. Like, drink water and mind your business and stay out of these people's relationship. I feel like that's the best thing that could help them, if they are going to give this relationship, another chance. That's what I think. But I think all in all, the one of the reasons why I feel like, Scrappy really, really loves, Bambi, or he really felt like remorseful as it relates to how he treated her. She, like, when he was, behaving in the most ways and acting out of control and acting erratic and not paying bills on time, or doing all sorts of things. I feel like when she went ahead and filed for the divorce, I feel like that gave him a sort of wake up call, where he kind of got the wake up call in the sense that she was pretty much telling him, like, I ain't gonna chase you. Like, you're not gonna act proper. You're not gonna, treat me how I'm supposed to be treated. Then I'm gonna walk away from this relationship and live my best life. I feel like that's what gave him some sort of, a wake up call to let him know in his brain that he needs to get it together, and she doesn't have time. So she didn't sit there and like beg him to change, or wondered if he was going to change. She was like, "Oh, you're going to act up? Okay, I don't have time for this. I'm filing for the divorce." And she's pretty much, telling him that I'm not going to put up with this any longer. And I feel that's one of the reasons why he's a lot more remorseful. And her acting out like that made him really, really reflect and realize, that he really cares and love her in that sense. But she also said that, she still loves him, as I mentioned. She also mentioned that how he did not give her enough grace within the relationship. I guess, like, not praising her enough, sort of not trying to work out things as it relates to her term. But I really, really like the fact that he had mentioned that, she also had faults in a relationship. And in a relationship, it's not going we need it's going to take two people to tango. So I love the fact that he brought up that, some of the things that she did, was also out of pocket in a sense as well. But it's a good closure, I believe. Despite the fact that even if they do happen to go through with the divorce, it's okay. There was a good little closure. But the way I was seeing the chemistry, I was like, oh god damn, like, there's no turning back. Like, they are going to be, this is a heated moment. They have good chemistry. They're going to go back with each other. And what I would say to Scrappy, like, go get your woman. Stop it. Like, don't be playing out here in these streets. You want this woman. You want this woman. Hello. Come on now. He does. Okay, but that's my take on the whole situation. I really, really enjoyed the episode. As I said, I shared a couple tears from time to time because I was caught off guard. I didn't think in a million years that he was gonna apologize, to Bambi so early, in the divorce stages. I felt like he was gonna continue, acting out, acting in the most ways of being out of control. I thought that's what was gonna happen, and I honestly thought that he was, the new episodes we were gonna see him and Diamond, together, perhaps going on dates together, that sort of thing. But my master loves Bambi, so he is back. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below, what did you think about that particular scene, as it relates to Love and Hip Hop? Do you feel that they should get back together? Do you feel that they have immense, chemistry, or do you feel like they should, now that they've gotten an opportunity to talk and be amicable, that they should keep it pushing and just co-parent? Let me know. But that's all for today for All Kinds of Advice podcast. And I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Take care. Ciao.